Hi guys, welcome back to the podcast. I'm gonna have to record this really fast because I kind of slept the day away today. Well, I slept for 3 hours and then I ate dinner, so that's why. But I kind of wrote a little bit. I didn't write a lot, but I'm just gonna try to speed through it to not make it too long. But welcome back to day 3 of this podcast, but day 4 of Lent. How has Lent been treating you guys? And how has it been going for you guys? Are you guys actually following through with your goals, or what are you like me, trying your best? My main goal this Lent was to purge the terrible parts of my personality, actually sit down and dissect each defect, I guess you could call it, and figure out how to fix it. And yesterday I said I wanted to talk about communication today, but I'm like, this is kind of embarrassing because I think the communication I struggle with the most is communicating with myself. So today I guess I'll talk about this type of communication I'm talking about, with myself, and then perhaps we can talk about communicating with others another day. But I've spent the last episodes talking about the negatives thing that take up space in my head, like my grudges, my ego, my need to win. And I said I'm letting go of my grudges, but the biggest grudge I really hold is against myself, and the grudge has been there forever. And I've always just struggled with hating myself since I was little, because I remember being in kindergarten, going on a school trip to the beach, and I came back darker, and everybody, all the adults, were making comments about how I was suddenly so dark, and they were just making comments to a 5-year-old that were just not necessary. And then I started developing, and it became your chest is too big for your age, you're gaining weight, está gordita. And I'm like, why are adults so comfortable saying that to a child? But let's not say. And then, sorry, I don't know why I have something in my throat. And then later, I also had eating disorders, and that didn't help, continuously hating myself. So yeah, overall self-love has always felt very cringe to me, something other people experience, but I'm kind of I don't deserve it. I don't know, I've always felt very ugly, feita, but overall, I don't know. Overall, I want to also talk about just how I want to stop speaking to myself like I'm my own enemy. And sometimes I imagine the things that I say about myself being said to a smaller version of me, and it just hurts my feelings. And the whole Lent project that I'm doing has forced me to look deeper into how I see myself. And it's weird because I don't think I'm telling y'all, I don't think I'm ugly, but I don't think I'm pretty either. And I have never felt good enough for anyone. Even my partner, I feel I always constantly ask him, am I pretty? Am I annoying? Do you think I'm ugly? And he's like, why would I be with you if I thought you were ugly or annoying, or if I hated you? And I'm like, bro, I don't know. That's how my brain works. And but I also don't want to stay stuck in that's just how I am mentality. I'm just insecure. I actually want to fix it. And today I felt straight up hideous and like a monster that needed to be locked away. And I texted my husband and I was like, I feel ugly today. And he replied, and he was like, during Lent you should try to be more positive, because you always say I'm ugly every day, but you are not ugly, not in the slightest. You need to tell yourself how pretty you are, but not in a cockiness, self-centered way, but it's a self-love way. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And it got me thinking, and I'm like, yeah, because Lent isn't just about giving up things, but it is also about giving yourself back to God. And part of that is treating yourself the way He sees you. And there's this verse in Psalms that says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And I know we hear it so much that it starts sounding I feel like every Bible verse eventually sounds like it's just a quote, but when you really sit and process it, it's like, yeah, God didn't make you by accident. He didn't make you wrong. He didn't make you hate yourself. And the holiest thing that I can do for myself is to stop talking to myself like I don't know, like a mistake that God made or something. Because if you guys heard the way that I talk about myself, sometimes I am pretty cruel to myself. Like, I don't even want to use examples just because I don't want to say anything too crazy. But yeah, like, I'm pretty mean to myself. And Lent is teaching me that self-love isn't cute. Like, you know, it's not all like, oh, treat yourself, love yourself. No, like, well, at least not for me. You know, it's about like actually disciplining myself and being patient with myself about not making those mean comments, because I can tell you guys, like, I'm gonna stop being mean to myself, but obviously that's not a change I can make in 5 seconds. Like, I deeply hate myself, so I'm not gonna stop being like, I'm ugly overnight, you know, because that's just not how it works. So that's why I'm saying it's about discipline and patience and just being honest with myself, you know, and catching myself in those moments where I am being cruel to myself and choosing to be kind instead. And I have been craving that softness and that gentleness, but I feel like I've been craving it from other people, not from myself. And I want to be someone that I can also root for, you know? And today's intention is pretty simple. Like, I just want to speak to myself in the way that I speak to the people I love. And yeah, because I also notice, like, when I see somebody for like the first time after I haven't seen them in a while, I'm always like, oh my god, you look so pretty, like, you're so beautiful, like, I love you, I miss you. So kind to everyone around me, but to myself, I'm just so rude. And yeah, but that's where my heart is. And if God calls us wonderfully made, I think the least we can do is try to treat ourselves like he means it, you know? And I hope that you find one small way to be gentle with yourself. And yeah, that's it for today. Good night. It was short and sweet because it's also Saturday and I'm with my husband. And I was like, hey, I want to go record something really fast. And he was like, okay. Because I have not told him about my podcast because I don't want him to listen, because I don't know, I'm too insecure. See what I'm telling y'all? But once he sees all the changes I've made, he's gonna be like, oh my god. So it's kind of like a surprise for him too, you know? But yeah,